Andy, it seemed like offensively there was an emphasis on getting Bruce and Markelle shots. Was that by design, or did it just kind of play out with the way the game flowed?
Really, for about the last 10 days, 2 weeks, our emphasis has been on trying to get the ball to the paint. Sometimes you can do that off the pass, especially when Bruce is in there, when Dom gets low inside position, or off the bounce. Our biggest problem has been we've tried to attack the strong side of the floor. Our ball movement hasn't been as good. I thought today the ball turned, which allowed us to have some driving lanes. And obviously when Bruce is in the game, we're trying to play through him, most especially when it's in a one-on-one situation. So we were trying to make sure he touched it. Anytime you hear me say touch, I'm telling our guards, let the big guy touch it. And we've got 4 or 5 actions to do that. And tonight, we were able to get the ball to Bruce, and he made huge plays for us.
Do you think tonight was evidence of how good y'all could be when you get that consistent scoring?
Well, I think, as I told the team afterward, this really should be the new standard. Florida was leading the SEC at 4-0. They'd already gone and blown out A&M at A&M. They had won at Missouri in their last outing. They've been playing very good basketball. And, I look at these numbers, and we're +9 on the glass. We don't turn it over. Our inability to make a shot was troubling, as it has been for about a month, especially in league play. But I thought our group really grew up. When we were down 8 with about 12 to play, they hit back-to-back threes, and we didn't flinch. Kel came down and hit a 3. Dre hit a hard shot. We went through Bruce. Next thing you know, the game's back tied, and it was a one-possession game from then on out. And to see us shoot 60% in the second half against a team as good defensively as Florida certainly is promising.
You've also talked earlier in the season about guys not making the SEC plays, winning plays. I think Breed had that charge after the turnover there on their end with about a minute left. TD tips the ball alive before Breed gets fouled. I mean, you guys seem like you're making those.
Those are winning plays, and when Bruce got on the floor for loose balls, we win the loose ball 50-50 battle, 10-6. We were pretty efficient we shot 10 more balls than them in the paint, to your point of just trying to get the ball close to the basket. Don't settle. And then when you do that, opportunities arise and you make plays. It also helps with that you make your free throws, which, again, this team has to do.
And you said you guys have begun to look into the post more. Why the change there?
Well, Bruce is getting more experienced, and he's the guy that we're trying to go through, obviously. Many times when they played Kolochov, number 4, at the 4, it makes us go awfully small, but then they're small, which puts Bruce in a one-on-one against the other team's 5 at the basket. They had foul trouble. Hayes only plays 15 minutes. They're starting 5, so we felt like we had a matchup that we could exploit.
Only 1 field goal I think they had over the last 7 minutes. I mean, defensively, from TD's chase down block, just seems like that building on maybe some defensive.
Really, defensively, in SEC play has really not been our issue, save for the second half against Auburn, because we were so inefficient offensively, we allowed them to kind of avalanche us offensively. But I think we're in the top 3 or 4 in defensive efficiency in the league. We've certainly shored up some of the areas that were causing us issues. We've still got a long way to go, but we're much better than we were a month ago. Offensively, tonight was very, very promising. Shared the ball, 17 assists off 25 made field goals, shoot 60% in the second half, make your free throws, get to the offensive glass, keep balls alive. That's our formula for success.
In the second half, you guys shot 60%, like you said. In the first half, you guys shot 30. What was the main difference? Was it more efficient shots?
And I think our ball movement was a little bit better. We were still trying to go through Bruce. If you remember, Bruce, I want to say he had 10 or 12 at the half, because we were trying to make a concerted effort of throwing it close and don't settle. Let's play inside out. And in the second half, quite frankly, we just made more shots. First half we're 2 for 10 from 3, and the second half we're 4 for 8. But a lot of that was just based on ball movement.
Thoughts on Burnett? 4 for 4 the second half, coming off the flu, 20 minutes.
Yeah, it was huge for us. He's a Miami native, so this one obviously has significance for him. He's a kid that's a veteran, and he needs to play like a veteran, and he certainly did tonight.
What was his health like, Andy? Was he fatigued at all?
Yeah, a little bit. We weren't prepared. It's one thing to lose your leading scorer. It's another thing to lose your leading scorer at 9 a.m. on the day of the game, and you just don't really have any preparation. He practiced the night before. So we did the best we could, and we tried to hold it in the road, and it backfired on us. But he comes back, and he didn't do much the next day, but he started feeling better, a little bit groggy. I certainly didn't know that he would be capable of playing 35 minutes, but it's amazing. You make a couple shots. I think he made his first shot, and again, because of the importance of the game, and he understands the importance of holding home floor, most especially against his native state, he was a guy that wanted to be on the floor.
How did you feel about the way Terrence handled things outside of the shot make?
You know what, I thought he was much more mature. He has 8 big rebounds. He had 4 assists, a couple of huge blocks, man. He can influence the game in so many ways other than just making shots, and I think tonight showed him that. We've just got to continue to rep him, continue to put him in a position to make plays, and hopefully he will come around to the TD that we all know he's capable of being.
Is it a confidence thing with him right now?
Yeah, but as Bill Parcells said, confidence is demonstrated ability. He's got to see the ball go in the basket, and he'll do wonders for his psyche. Brian Tyree has been playing as well offensively as anyone on our team, and in any time in his career, been averaging close to 20 a game in the last 3, but he goes 0 for 6. So he said, well, he's not playing very confident because the ball just didn't go in for him. We've just got to trust what we're doing, get ball movement, take proper shots, and then trust the work.
Bruce playing through him. Obviously, what's been keeping him from playing heavy minutes has been that the defensive.
The defense and the fatigue. He gets tired, and his body language. He's just moving a little too slow, man. We got to play at an SEC pace, man. This is big boy basketball, and I think he grew up a lot tonight.
You're at A&M in Arkansas next week. This one at home, you feel like you had to have this one?
You know, it's just opportunities for us. Think about it. We got Florida at home today. You know, they were in the top 20. Ken Palm. You know, if they would have beaten us, they'd probably be ranked on Monday. Mike's done a great job. He's got a really good team. Then, you know, Arkansas, who was nationally ranked, and then I think lost 3 or 4, and to start SEC play. A&M, who was top 5 in the country, is winless in SEC play. Shows the quality of the league, but the numbers are good, so the numbers create opportunities for us. We need opportunities, and we need to take advantage of them. Today was certainly an opportunity to get a quality win, and I was pleased that we got it.
How do you guys translate this success you have at home to the road?
It's a little bit more difficult. You got to be mentally tougher. And hopefully this will allow us to have a little sigh of relief. Despite beating South Carolina and Mississippi State, we weren't very efficient offensively. For us to shoot 60% in the second half, to score 47, to win a game such as this, hopefully we'll relax a little bit more and play to our capabilities.
Thank you. Thanks, Bill.